It's been a while since I did a must watch, or hell, even a must read. Well, last time I did one was Beastars, but I was to advertise the upcoming anime by Studio Orange. But I need to get back on track. I need to give you guys some more recommendations, whether you watch them or not. I do this mostly just for the sake of getting some very rare hidden gems out there. Stuff that some people you probably have heard of, but not a lot has heard of. So I'm like, what should I do next? And if I do recommend this anime, I believe I should watch over it again, then recommend it so I can see how I feel about it as today. So one of the anime I chose of all the anime I watched was one by Studio Madhouse, a very niche, a very hidden gem, underrated anime that's very heavily philosophical, and that is Sundays Without God. Yes, this one was made by Studio Madhouse with the help of JC Staff as well. And it evolved around the philosophy of the last chapter in the Bible, Revelation. The day where the world ends, the dead walks the earth, and nothing's moving forward and stuff like that. There's famine and plague and stuff like that. That's where Sundays Without God is. It explains all the stuff God has done from Monday to Saturday, but then on the seventh day, God had left. One day out of nowhere, God just said, I have failed. The other side is losing energy. Forgive me. And then he disappeared. But before he left, he decided to grant everyone one wish each around the world. And that wish was given by their desire. And by doing this, he also gave the people more life. Well, more to say the saying, the dead shall walk the earth. So after you die, instead of your body falling and collapsing and your soul goes off the afterlife, your soul will remain inside your body and you'll continue to walk. But however, if your body isn't treated, you will start to lose your mind, your humanity, and your flesh will slowly start to fall apart. So there's that. Not only that, you also get a wish. Each human was given a wish on what they want to do. Most of them wish to, of course, not to die. So some people stay the same age, while others, when they die, they'll just come back to life as a dead person, a walking corpse. Not a zombie, sort of say, but you could say it's a zombie. Now, with this, there's also another thing. There are no more children being born anymore. No more babies. Everyone, after it started 14 years ago, there are no more babies in the world. Now, king side of the entire world. Now let's talk about the main character, I. I is a little hidden village gravedigger. Now, what's a gravedigger? Before God left, he realized that people did want to die. They wanted to go on to the afterlife. It's those who were ready to move on. So God created the gravekeepers. The gravekeepers were a bunch of humans that were created in certain areas around the world, and their job is to bury the dead. The only way for you to truly die in this world is to be buried by a gravekeeper. What they must do is use their special shovel, dig a grave, and put you into it, and then cover you up with the dirt. It does some sort of magic ritual that only a gravekeeper can do with their shovel. So even though you get your hands on the shovel, it will not work unless you're a gravekeeper. So you need both in order for it to work. So because of this, people have mixed feelings of gravekeepers. Some see them as saviors and someone there to help, while others see them as enders and ruiners, grim reapers, sort of say. So with that explanation, let's get back to I. After a while, I lived in her village even after her mother had died. However, one day a mysterious man came around and killed everyone in the village, only to find out that he didn't kill them, or sort of say that they were already dead. And because of this, I never knew this. It turns out it was a secret kept by her mom, what she wanted to do to create a perfect place for her and I to live in while the world goes to hell. But now that she had found out the truth, she had no choice but to bury the bodies and to properly do what a gravekeeper can do. Now I sets off into the world, finding out what she must do in her life, now that she had to leave her village behind. I'm not going to spoil, there's more that happens between that and there, but I'm not going to spoil it for you, because I want you guys to watch this for yourselves. I am going to tell you a little about the plot. What happens with I is that she goes to different places around the world, where some people accept the dead while some don't accept the dead. There's even some places where they don't accept the living as neither. So I say there is even an entire empire where dead people live, where they do not allow the living because the living is considered to be a threat. They don't even allow gravekeepers there because gravekeepers as well, again, a threat. So therefore they will leave warnings by killing off gravekeepers and using their shovels as tombstones as warnings to those who dare come by later on. However, you go inside the city, you see different kinds of viewpoints. People who also got affected by their wishes, by their greed, by their selfishness, all throughout the entire story. Each place she goes to, she sees how people handle the end of the world through their own perspective. How will they take it? Do they take it as a positive thing? Do they take it as a negative thing? Or do they try to keep what's left of a dying society? So through this, I learns to understand the world. Where she wants to save it, she must understand the world before she can save it. And by doing that, she must see whether or not people want to be saved. Because you can't save someone who doesn't want to be. You might as well just leave them alone and not act on your own selfish desires. That's one thing I do like about this series. It doesn't do this, I'm going to save the world and save everybody. No, she takes her time going place to place and understanding whether or not people want her help or not. And if they do, she does what she can to help them out. Now, that being said, it also evolves around other characters as well as they go through their own problems of how they also handle the world. Do they want their world to be changed or do they want it to stay the same? It's entirely up to each individual to say that decision. Now, that being said, let's talk about the artwork. The artwork, in my opinion, is pretty stunning at sometimes, especially with the sunrises and the glares and the gleams and the color tones. It works very well, especially when it's in dawn. Whether the sun is setting or the sun is rising, it's best when this anime displays this beautiful artwork. The characters look very, very moe-moe, especially the girls with their big heads and bigger eyes, and the guys look very tall and handsome looking, or sometimes very feminine looking as well, while the girls look most of the times very cute or maturely sexy. Now, with animation, there are a lot of still animations in this place where it happens, but when it does do good animation, it does do good animation. I mean that wholeheartedly. So therefore, you will get a treat. This isn't a very action-based anime, so don't expect a lot of fights. But however, do expect some adventure and some dramatic sequences to happen. Now, let's talk about music. Music is very good. It does the great tone for each time, the setting for each scene. For instance, a happy or silly scene, they'll play a silly or happy kind of song. If it's a dreary or creepy scene, that's what they will play. Now, for the outro and intros, I love them. I do. I love the intro. I love it a lot. It has this very church angelic theme to it, which displays the religional touch that the show has to offer. And then the very end theme, which is actually I love more than the intro, is even better because the song itself plays very nice. As the show is ending, you hear a nice piano melody being played, a nice soft voice is being sung, and then by the time you hear the uprising of the song starts to uprise, that's when they hit the credit screen and show off the outro. Perfect execution in my opinion, leading off to a very good cliffhanger. And because of that, and I also love the lyrics within the song as well. Despite them living in a very terrible, torn, dying, decaying world, it's the song in the eyes of the perspective of the main character saying despite this, she still loves this world no matter what, and wishes to save what's left of it. So therefore, I love this series. It's not in my top 10, probably in my top 20, but it's definitely not my top 10. So therefore, it's still okay in my book, and I recommend you guys go see it. It's a pretty good show. I do like it. However, it's only like 13 episodes. It's 13, I believe 14, well, including the OVA, I'm trying to consider as well. And that's pretty much it. The OVA itself is pretty cliche at first, hot springs. But then the second part shows some of the side characters that are involved in the show as well and how they were living their life before they met the main character. So therefore, I say I give Sundays of God a must-watch. And by the way, apparently this is based off a light novel, which I have yet to read. I did find the manga, but however, the manga only ends in the first arc, which kind of ticks me off. I'm like, what's the point of adapting the manga then? I guess it wasn't popular enough. But anyways, this is a very niche kind of anime where only the fans who do know about it love it very much, according to the fan sites I've read on. So after you do watch the anime, I guess you could try to read the light novel, which I have yet to read myself, which I need to do so after I'm done. Another light novel I'm reading right now. So until then, I say give it a go. Watch Sundays Without God. You will like it, you'll probably not. It all depends on you and your perspectives and what you are into. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. And if you do love the Madcrown saying, hey Madcrown, you're an awesome guy. I like to go out with you and just do a con. I'm gonna stop. I was copying the Umbrella guy. Anyways, if you do like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon so you get notified. Madcrown, out.